Tensions are rising between New York State and correction officers as CEOs and their loved ones continue to strike.
Workers are still picketing despite a court ruling that they're breaking the law by doing so. These strikes have reached all corners of the state, as you can see by this map. Today, DOC says 36 facilities are on strike. DOC oversees 42 prison facilities in New York, meaning strikes are happening at about 85% of them. The governor's office says 4,500 members of the National Guard are being actively deployed to support staff inside these facilities. Now, DOCs, the union, and striking officers are in talks to hopefully reach a resolution sooner rather than later.
News 4's Patrick Ryan begins our team coverage with the latest for us. Patrick?
Dave and Jordan, less than an hour or 2 hours ago at this point, the Correction Officers Union provided us with a statement from independent mediator Martin Scheinman, who's working to resolve the strike. We now know there will be an informational meeting this week on the issues, and mediation days are on the calendar for February 25th, 26th, and 27th. Earlier today, the State Corrections Commissioner issued a Path to Restoring Workforce memo to department superintendents. The Department of Corrections Commissioner says the department is suspending elements of the HALT Act that cannot safely be carried out under a prison-wide state of emergency until they can safely operate the prisons. The department will immediately rescind the February 10th 7030 memo regarding security staffing reviews. Additionally, an overtime rate of 2.5 times an employee's regular rate will be provided to those who continue to work at correctional facilities across the state for the duration of the emergency. The commissioner says the department will not pursue discipline against any employees who immediately report to work today before 11:59 p.m., regardless of the employee's schedule or shift, who were participating in the strike. We spoke with a veteran Attica officer today.
And this has just been something that has been brewing ever since the HALT Act. I mean, New York State has been doing things to make our lives and our jobs harder and our quality of work life more difficult for about 10 years now.
So we've brought in the National Guard to make sure that we're not short-staffed. We also have more being deployed if necessary. Started mediation as well to talk about their concerns and how we can deal with the fact that there is a severe shortage of people who want to be corrections officers in our state. That is a statement of fact, and that has become very challenging for us.
This all comes after a state Supreme Court judge yesterday signed off on a temporary restraining order ordering correction employees to stop the strikes at the prisons across the state. These strikes are unsanctioned by the officers union. The union provided us with a statement from the independent mediator, Martin Scheinman, working to resolve the strike. Mediation days are on the calendar for February 25th, 26th, and 27th. Scheinman says, quote, "I am mindful of the February 19th, 2025 order of State Supreme Court Judge Dennis Ward and the underlying safety concerns raised by the present situation. I am concerned this process to facilitate a meaningful resolution to the union's issues may be frustrated by disregarding the court's order," unquote. Elsewhere, a DOC spokesperson tells us an incident happened at the Riverview Correctional Facility last night in which staff vacated their posts, leaving the dorms unsupervised. Riverview is a little more than an hour outside of Watertown. The spokesperson tells us the Albany Correctional Emergency Response Team, along with the Riverview Response Team, including several members who stepped off the picket line, and state police intervened to, quote, "restore order and ensure the safety of all individuals inside." That spokesperson saying their efforts were instrumental in regaining control of the facility and preventing further escalation. Patrick Ryan, News 4.
Patrick, thank you. As the strike continues, members could be found in contempt of court for following a ruling by a state Supreme Court judge yesterday.
Our Marley Tuscas continues our team coverage tonight, looking into the legal issues surrounding this strike. Marley?
Dave and Jordan, this all goes back to a subject that we've been reporting on all week, Taylor law. This prohibits public employees, a category correction officers fall under, from striking without formal permission from the union. Governor Kathy Hochul has directed her legal team to work with Attorney General Letitia James on the legal next steps for the strike. Yesterday, a state Supreme Court judge signed a temporary restraining order, as Patrick noted, prohibiting the union and its members to continue their wildcat strike or even encourage the strike in any way. Labor and employment attorney Robert Boreanaz says the temporary restraining order means if this continues, the state can seek to have people on the picket line arrested for contempt of court, but they could also face other consequences.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of things the state is going to try and do once they have this order in place. They're going to try and have the striking workers docked 2 days pay for every single day that they're out on strike. They're going to try and have the union punished in some way by having the dues that get deducted from corrections officers' paychecks not sent to the union.
According to a source, the AG's office can bring an action in state Supreme Court to find the rank and file striking, while the union president and union leaders risk jail time. This case will be back in front of a state Supreme Court judge Tuesday morning. We reached out to the AG's office for comment on how this is proceeding. They referred us back to the governor's office. In the studio, Marley Teskis, News 4.
Marley, thank you. As these strikes continue across the state, the impact is being felt far beyond the picket lines.
Families of inmates and correctional officers are speaking out about the challenges they're facing as tensions rise inside prison walls. News 4's Trina Catterson spoke with them tonight. Trina.
That's right, Dave and Jordan. I spoke with family members of both inmates and COs tonight. They say they feel as though they are caught in the middle of an ongoing issue, and there doesn't seem to be an end in sight. Some family members tell me these strikes are having a major impact on those behind bars. They say access to meal trays have been delayed, they aren't allowed to leave their cells, and some medicine isn't being distributed to inmates. Colleen Rogers has a son who is currently serving time in the Woodburn Correctional Facility. She says her son has been in several different facilities and has experienced horrible conditions, including alleged abuse by COs and other inmates.
The conditions are horrible, not just for the guards, but for the inmates. Something definitely has to be done. But this, by breaking laws or officers, by just walking off the job with signed contracts and leaving inmates or other people at undue harm, is serious.
Now, I also spoke with family members of COs who tell me they have waited long enough for change and their demands are being ignored. The wife of a CO at Collins Correctional Facility tells me officers are mandated to show up for work at any time. She says her husband has no work-life balance.
He's missing out on my 12-year-old and 11-year-old growing up. I mean, he's missing holidays, he's missing school functions, band concerts, my daughter's musicals. And, you know, there's that fear I have every single day that I'm going to get that phone call that he's not transporting an incarcerated individual to the hospital, but he's the one being transported to the hospital.
The wife went on to say that her husband is considering quitting his job, even though he's only a few years away from retirement, because it has become, quote, unimaginably draining to go to work every day. Now, of course, you can stay with News 4 for our continuing coverage as these strikes carry on. We have all of the latest details over on our website, WIVB.com. In the studio, Trina Catterson, News 4.